Talismanic shirts, exhibited in the Imperial Clothing Gallery in the Topkapi Palace Museum, were worn by sultans and palace residents under their clothes. It was believed that these shirts protected people against the evil eye and all kinds of evil and healed the sick. Before going to war or on an expedition, a talismanic shirt with the Surah Al-Fath, or some verses that would make the conquest successful, was worn. This collection belonging to the palace includes many shirts with examples of Islamic symbolism, documented from Sim Sultan to Murad III, attributed to Vasil Karani to Abdulkadir Gailani. Sim Sultan's shirt took 3 years to make. It was made between 1477 and 1480. It is also stated that it was written on the shirt in the propitious moment. The astrologer of the time determined the propitious moment by looking at the stars. Then the scholars came and decided which verse or hadith should be written for which trouble. Then the shirt was given to the calligraphers, and the calligrapher of the time wrote it in great detail. Then the pieces were given to the tailors, and they put them together with incredible workmanship. Talisman shirts are like a talking history that shows the level reached in the art of calligraphy and illumination with the writings and ornaments on them. Reveals the social life of the period. The clothes, which still preserve their mystery with their unsolvable encrypted codes, are a unique cultural heritage that builds a bridge between the past and the present. Verses and surahs were written on shirts in code using the Ebst method, which is the process of placing numbers and letters in squares according to a certain order. According to the Ebst calculation, each letter in the Arabic alphabet has a numerical value. The desired verse of the Quran was expressed mysteriously by calculating according to the arrangement of the letters. It is understood from a copy made in the 3rd century that this mysterious language was known in the century when Islam emerged. Surah Al-Fatiha is the most commonly used surah on talismanic shirts because it is the first surah of the Holy Quran. Surah Yasin is read to the sick and the dying because there are some hadiths about its virtues, and it is placed on the shirts. Surah Al-Fath is used to make the wearer victorious when going to war. Surah Al-Baqarah and Ayatul Kursi are used to protect from various troubles. Surah Al-Aqaf and Surah Al-Falaq are used for mental illnesses, and Surah An-Nas is used to wish for recovery from physical illnesses. It has been determined that approximately 55 of the Quranic verses are written on the shirts. Asmaul Husna, 99 names of Allah. The names of the 4 angels, Michael, Gabriel, Azrael, Israfil, the blessed ball, description of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, the seal of prophethood, sign of prophethood, the hadiths, the Qasida-i bird written for him, a description of Hazrat Ali, peace be upon him. Poems, prayers, requests, and supplications are also placed on the shirts. In addition to religious elements, the most striking ones on shirts are scorpion shapes and cypress trees, which are mostly drawn to protect against scorpions. In addition to these, dagger-shaped leaves, stylized flowers, and cloud motifs are also used to decorate shirts. Astrology was also used to embroider the talisman on the shirts. The movements of the planets and stars were taken into consideration. The correct shape and symbol were chosen for the talisman to be valid or effective. There were chief astrologers in the Ottoman palace until the last period of the state. Their main duty was to start and finish the writing of the talismanic shirts made for the Sultan at the right time, and to determine the times when the prayers that would bring victory to the Sultan in the campaigns he would go on would be accepted. This special time was called the propitious moment, and the science of making interpretations about the future according to the positions of the zodiac signs in Islamic civilization was called ilmi nukum. This concept is the equivalent of astronomy in the Islamic world. They used the names, shapes, and orders of the zodiac signs that the sun entered on certain dates during its movement in the sky, just like Westerners. It is accepted that the zodiac signs were formed by dividing the 360-degree circular rainbow into 12 sections of 30 degrees each. The zodiac signs were in relationship with each other and with other celestial bodies. The relationships of the zodiac signs with other celestial bodies were indicated on sky maps prepared according to the months. Since the world entered different zodiac signs for 12 months, it was believed that each month was under the influence of a different zodiac sign, and the chief astrologers determined which planet or zodiac was effective in which situation. While the chief astrologers were involved in the official affairs of the state such as the calendar and weather, they were also interested in astrology, which is the study of the effects of celestial bodies on events and people. Professor Dr. Hülya Teskin, who worked as the head of the Sultans' dresses department for many years in her post at Topkapi Palace, which she started in 1978, is the first person to uncover the talismanic shirts that had been forgotten for centuries. The book, which she first wrote in 2006 under the title of Healing Shirts, and revised in the next edition under the title of Talismanic Shirts, is a world first. Professor Hülya Teskin, an expert on talismanic shirts who says that talismanic shirts are prepared with completely positive intentions, stated that she thinks that another reason for using different colors on shirts is to distinguish writings with different content such as prayers, talismans, and numbers. You can see these mysterious, talismanic shirts by visiting the Imperial Clothing Gallery in the Topkapi Palace Museum.